daily game plan for success. It's Sacks in the Morning. Steve Sacks.
Hi, Steve Sacks here with Sacks in the Morning. And I can't tell you how excited I am about this week. Because, ladies and gentlemen, this week is Willie Mays week. That's right. Willie Mays was one of my heroes, if not my most celebrated hero when I was a kid, growing up in Northern California, watching Willie Mays. I mean, one of the greatest players ever. Many people that played with and against Willie Mays will say that he was the greatest player of all time for all the things that he could do. And there's just so many things you can talk about Willie Mays. One of my greatest thrills as a professional baseball player was I actually got to meet Willie Mays, and he signed a ball for me in the locker room at Candlestick Park in San Francisco early in my career. And I was beside myself that I got to meet the great Willie Mays. Let me run through, if I could, just a couple of stats that Willie Mays had. First of all, he was a lifetime 300 hitter. 660 home runs, 1,903 RBIs, and over 3,200 hits. He stole 338 bases, and he was a part of 24 All-Star games. He also had the most putouts of any outfielder in the history of the game, over 7,000 putouts. Nobody comes close to Willie Mays. There will never be another Willie Mays. He did things that people today can't do and people never have been able to do. For instance, watching Willie Mays on the bases was such a treat. And I can tell you, as the guy that played, for him to go from, hitting the ball to the right field corner and then be able to go all the way to third base without even using the third base coach, the ability to turn around and look at a ball behind you and not lose a step in your trek towards going to third base. It's just little things like that. The amount of ground that he covered in the outfield, the basket catches, the great arm, just everything that Willie Mays did was incredible. Here's something I think really kind of personifies a guy like Willie Mays. So when they came from New York to San Francisco, the team moved out here and they got into Candlestick Park in 1960. Now, they started out here at Seals Stadium in 1958, but they moved into Candlestick Park in 1960. Now, one thing about Candlestick Park, as everybody on the West Coast certainly knows, is the wind is pretty horrendous there. The wind would blow in from left field and then it would turn and go out towards right field. Well, that hampers a guy that's a right-handed pull hitter like Willie Mays. So, the home runs that would go out of most ballparks to left field would get knocked down sometimes at the warning track. So what did Willie Mays do? Well, he just altered the way he swung the bat. He started hitting balls up in the air towards right field to take advantage of the gales that would go out towards right field. So instead of the ball getting knocked down in left field at the wall, he in turn would make them home runs to right center field and down the right field line. That is not easy to do. It's not easy just to take a ball from left field and inside out the ball and hit it over the second baseman's head or hit it in that hole between first and second. But to hit the ball out of the ballpark and do that, it's unconscionable. People just can't do that. Normal human beings are not capable of doing that. But that's what Willie Mays was all about. And I can tell you, I was such a big fan of Willie Mays when I told you I met him in the locker room early in my career in Candlestick. It goes even far before that. When our family would stop at the gas station to get gas, I would notice that the gas station island was covered with AstroTurf, and that's what Candlestick Park was in the days that I'd watched the Giants. I remember jumping out of the car and rolling around on the island where the gas station was, and I would pretend that I was in Candlestick Park and, making a catch like Willie Mays did and just rolling around on the AstroTurf. That's how crazy I was about watching baseball and watching a guy like Willie Mays. There's been nobody before him, and there's been nobody after him that can compare with the great Willie Mays. So let's celebrate him this week. We're going to talk about him on the next couple of shorts. And most of all, you know what? Raise your glass and celebrate Willie Mays' birthday on Friday. He'll be 91 years old. In my estimation, the greatest ball player that ever lived, and my hero, Willie Mays. And that's my short for today. If you like what you heard, give us a positive review, subscribe, and share. Also, don't forget to go to our website at sacksinthemorning.com if you want to get into the swag store. Hit the shop button, and believe me, it's all there for you. Hats, mugs, tumblers, V-necks, visors, you name it. Go take advantage of the swag store at sacksinthemorning.com.